Grandson to a refugee, started as a neglected prospect but made a name for himself and shut the doubters when given a chance. No one who saw Tom Brady before he was drafted into the NFL believed he could accomplish this much success. He received a lot of backlash, especially when he joined the Buccaneers newly. Has he proved them wrong? Sit back, relax and enjoy the story of arguably the greatest NFL quarterback in history. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. was born on August 7, 1977, in San Mateo, California, to his parents, Gal and Patricia and Thomas Brady Sr. He happened to be the family's only son and fourth child and was raised as a Catholic. His father is of Irish descent, while his mother has Norwegian, German and Swedish ancestry. Two of his grandparents were Irish refugees who moved to San Francisco before the American Civil War. Tom's great-uncle was the first American prisoner of war in World War II. Tom started attending the San Francisco 49ers games in the 1980s at Candlestick Park. He was a great fan of quarterback Montana, who he later described as his idol. He attended his first NFC championship at age 4 in 1981 against the Dallas Cowboys, where he watched his idol Montana throw the catch to Dwight Clark. He was taught how to throw a ball by camp counselor Tony Graziani. Brady grew up as a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Celtic, neglecting the rivalry between these two. Brady attended Junipero Serra High School, San Mateo, and graduated in 1995. During his year in high school, he played basketball, football and baseball for his school. He began his football career as a backup quarterback for the Padres junior varsity team but was later called to be a starter due to an injury to the initial starter. His performance as a starter made him retain the starter position in his junior year till he graduated. He created highlight tapes during his senior year and sent them to schools he considered attending. By this time, it led to strong interest from many nationwide football programs. Michigan assistant Bill Harris later recruited Brady. He signed to play for the University of Michigan in 1995. He finished his high school football career winning the All-State and Far West honors and winning the team's Most Valuable Player award. He was later inducted into the Junipero Serra High School Hall of Fame in 2003, joining fellow graduates Barry Bonds, Lynn Swann, Jim Fregosi, and many others. In addition, the school administrator, in 2012, announced the naming of the football stadium after the Brady family. Brady started his college football career in 1995 but had to redshirt first. He started his first 2 years as a backup quarterback. Upon his enrollment at Michigan, he was placed 7th on the depth chart, and he struggled to get playing time, which made him consider transferring to the University of California, Berkeley. Also, he hired a sports psychologist to deal with frustration and anxiety. Assistant athletic director worked closely with Tom every week to help him boost his confidence and performance on the pitch. Brady made his collegiate game debut on September 28, 1996, after Michigan was up 35-3 against the University of California, Los Angeles, late in the fourth quarter. Philip Ward intercepted his first pass as a college student and returned for a 42-yard touchdown. Under Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr, Brady started almost all games in the 1998-99 season and was named the team's captain in his senior year. His first year as a starter saw him set a record for the most pass attempts completed in a season. In his 2 seasons as a starter at the University of Michigan, Brady posted a 20-5 record, including wins at the 1999 Citrus Bowl and 2000 Orange Bowl. He finished his college career ranked number 3 in the Michigan rankings history with 710 attempts and 442 completions, 4th with 5,351 yards and 62.3% completion and 5th with 35 touchdown passes. Brady graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in General Studies in 1999. After graduating from college, Brady wasn't regarded as a prospect following his unimpressive NFL scouting combined performance. As a result of this, He wasn't selected until the 6th round of the scouting program. He was picked 199th overall, and the 7th quarterback picked in the 2000 NFL Draft by the New England Patriots. Brady was picked as the number 199, a compensating pick in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft. He and his family believed he would be picked in the 2nd or 3rd round but were shocked when Brady had to wait till the 6th round before he was picked, an embarrassing moment it was believed to be for Brady. He recalled the moment 11 years later and said he appreciated the Patriots for picking him, or else who would have been an insurance salesman. He started the 2000 season as the 4th backup quarterback but ended the season as the 2nd choice to Drew Bledsoe. With Bledsoe as the first-choice quarterback, the Patriots started the 2001 season with a 23-17 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. Brady started by replacing injured Bledsoe in a 10-3 loss to the New York Jets in the 2nd game of the season in September 2001 and was later named the starter for the 3rd game of the season against the Indianapolis Colts, which they won 44-13. Brady was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week for the first time in his career following an awesome performance against the San Diego Chargers in the 5th game of the season. Brady continued his good form and won 11 games out of the 14 that he started. He finished the season with 2,843 passing yards and 18 touchdowns and was invited to the Pro Bowl. Following his return from injury in the 2001 season, he was named the Super Bowl MVP after throwing for 145 yards, 1 touchdown and no interception. Then he became the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl at the age of 24 and 6 months. After opening the 2003 season at 2-2, he led his team to 12 consecutive victories to finish the season at 14-2 to win the AFC East Championship. A 12-0 win over the Miami Dolphins saw Brady record a 36-yard punt, finishing the season with 3,620 passing yards and 23 touchdowns. A performance that saw him finish 3rd in the NFL MVP voting behind Peyton Manning and Steve McNair. The following season he led the Patriots to 21 straight NFL record wins, an accomplishment that was honored in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Following an injury to Brady's teammate, the Patriots had to rely on his passing. He finished that season with 4,110 passing yards and 26 touchdowns. They finished with a 10-6 record and won their 3rd straight AFC championship. He was named to the Pro Bowl for the time in his career at the end of the season. Brady, in the 2007 season, was named the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year following an outstanding performance for that year, including the Patriots' 16-0 record win under his leadership, 5-time Offensive Player of the Week, his 4,806 passing yards voted by ESPN in 2013 as the greatest passing season of all time, also honored by the Associated Press as their Male Athlete of the Year and many other more awards for that season. He spent most of the 2008 season injured and returned to play in 2009, finishing the season with 4,398 passing yards and 28 touchdowns despite being hampered by injuries. He won his 2nd MVP in 2010, following a 4-year contract signing worth $72 million, making him the highest-paid player in the NFL. In February 2016, he signed a 2-year contract extension until 2019, though he was suspended for the first 4 games of the season following a Deflategate scandal. In 2017 he was named the MVP for the 3rd time in his career. He later went on to sign another 2 years contract with the Patriots, the contract which happened to be his last with the team. A day before the expiration of his new contract, he announced that he wouldn't be signing a new contract with the side after spending 20 years with the Evil Empire. Brady signed with the Tampa Buccaneers on March 20, 2020, for a 2-year contract which is reported to be around $50 million with a $4.5 million incentive yearly. He made his debut against New Orleans on September 13, 2020, ending in a 34-23 loss for his new side. He further went on to sign a 1-year contract extension with the Buccaneers in 2021. During his last season with the Buccaneers, he was voted first by his fellow players on the top 100 players of 2022, his fourth time being ranked first. He announced his retirement on February 1, 2022, after a good and successful 22 years of playing. In his last 2 years for the Buccaneers, he recorded a 24-9 win for the side, the most successful back-to-back season in their history. Just 40 days after announcing his retirement, Brady came out of retirement to represent the Buccaneers again. The return makes him the oldest quarterback to start a game in NFL history. Unfortunately, the Buccaneers went on to lose their game for weeks 6, 7 and 8, the first 3-game losing streak for Brady since his 2002 season with the Patriots. However, in his 22 successful years of play, Brady is distinguished from fellow quarterbacks due to his successful passing rate, which was attributed to his great work ethic, intelligence, competitive spirit, hardworking, pocket awareness and good sportsmanship spirit. Guess you enjoyed your time gluing to the Tom Brady success story? For more amazing content, please subscribe.